Welcome back, my lovely subscribers. You are in for a treat today because we are talking about one of the most iconic shows of the 90s, Animaniacs. This show was an instant hit among kids and adults alike, but did you know that there is a lot more to the making of this show than meets the eye? Today, we are going to uncover 10 dark secrets behind the making of this beloved cartoon. Number 10, the writers have no idea how they got so many dirty jokes past the censors. Animaniacs is notable for its many lewd and explicit jokes. Fans have collected dirty jokes they didn't understand were dirty as kids. Many viewers have puzzled how the show got away with so much under network censorship for decades. The writers seemed conscious of their luck. Yakko added "Goodnight, everybody" after every inappropriate joke, anticipating to be pulled from the air. When asked how they got so many adult jokes past the censors, Tom Ruegger, Sherry Stoner, Paul Rugg, and John P. McKen said, "We have no idea." Tom Ruegger mentioned a Fox censor and perhaps someone at Amblin who might object to a joke here and there, but they didn't protest much. Number 9, the studio head mistook Yakko for Mickey Mouse. A Yakko balloon was placed on the Warner Brothers studio water tower to promote the show early. Bob Daly, the studio chief, apparently missed this promotion. Daly came to work thinking the balloon was Mickey Mouse and ordered its removal. After less than 12 hours, the balloon was popped. After realizing his error, Daly attempted to prevent anyone from mistaking their property for Disney's to avoid legal action from Disney. He observed series creator Tom Ruegger give Yakko and Wacko whiskers because they were too round. Since the cartoon was being drawn, Ruegger had to speed the animation studio adjustments. Number 8, they ran into problems because Disney had oversaturated the cartoon duck market. Animaniacs had issues with Disney even in early development. The original Animaniacs concept had 3 brother ducks. One problem, Disney had oversaturated the cartoon duck market. Disney had Donald Duck, DuckTales, and Darkwing Duck while making Animaniacs. Given Daffy Duck, Warner Brothers believed one animated duck was plenty. Warner should be animated like 1930s anthropomorphized animals, according to series creator Tom Ruegger. The Warners were made dog-like, but no one knows what kind of animal they are. For Warner's background, the creative team defines their species as cartoons characteris. Number 7, Minerva Mink was removed for being too suggestive. Minerva Mink was only granted a few portions before being reduced to appearances, despite her early prominence. Marilyn Mink, her real name, was a prominent attraction on the show. The show's censors were against the writer's desire to include more Minerva. The network censored her character as too provocative for the show's youthful audience. This reduced Minerva's role in the show. Even Minerva's brief appearances caused problems. Because Minerva Mink featured too much cleavage, Warner Brothers Animation president Gene McCurdy asked a segment be recalled, redone, and reshot. Lower cleavage was used to rework the portion. Number 6, Spielberg prevented the writers from making jokes about anyone's weight. Despite the Animaniacs' wild and mature comedy, the writers had to stay inside certain limits. Executive producer Steven Spielberg has funny standards for writers. Tom Ruegger said, "Steven stopped fat jokes, which was smart." Though the Animaniacs authors didn't seem to have many restrictions, Spielberg made sure the characters didn't insult anyone's weight. TV gags like this were more common in the 1990s, but are less common now. This sensitivity in the comedy may explain why the program is so popular now, and it did not diminish its hilarious potential. Number 5, Warner Brothers almost did not hire the writer of Animaniacs' most famous songs. Randy Rogel, an Emmy-winning writer for Batman, the animated series, helped create Animaniacs. After his impressive acting, he wanted to employ his comedy and music skills on Animaniacs. Warner Brothers doubted his drama writing skills. They wondered if Rogel could do musical comedy. Rogel auditioned with the series' most popular song, Yakko's World, in which Yakko lists all the countries, to prove them incorrect. He wrote many of the show's hits after being recruited. Rogel altered Yakko's World to reflect geopolitical changes after Animaniacs ended. Rob Paulson, Yakko's voice actor, sang it on his podcast. Number 4, Brain was based on an infamous recording of Orson Welles lashing out. Animaniacs watchers knew that evil genius Brain sounded like Orson Welles when Pinky and the Brain were introduced. The voice actor admits that Brain's voice is modeled on him, hence the similarities. Brain was inspired by a recording of Orson Welles arguing with a recording engineer while voicing a commercial. The Pinky and the Brain sketch, yes, always was taken verbatim from the recording, with language cleaned up. According to voice actor Maurice LaMarche, the brain was 65% Orson Welles and 35% Vincent Price. Orson Welles was often cited in scripts. Producer Peter Hastings described Pinky and the Brain spin-off a $250,000 inside joke on Orson Welles. Number 3, the studio wanted to turn it into a domestic sitcom, but the writers fought back. All About the Warner's zany and often absurd exploits, Animaniacs was always unpredictable. The studio doubted the show's success, but viewers adored it. Instead of the wacky plotlines that made Animaniacs famous, they wanted to make it a household sitcom. The company chose Dick Clark as the eccentric neighbor to give the show a Kramer-like character. The writers generally cooperated. The studio's sitcom-like standards were followed, but they made fun of sitcom tropes. Warner Brothers management were unhappy with the writers mocking the studio-imposed show format, but they should have expected it. Number 2, the series creator didn't like the network that aired the final season. Animaniacs is not the first show to fall prey to network decisions, but it was disappointing when network changes led to the ultimate demise of the series. The show started out airing on Fox Kids in 1993, and it continued on the Fox network until 1995. Approximate 2/3 of the series episodes were produced during the Fox Kids era. In 1995, Warner Brothers decided to switch Animaniacs to their new network, the WB. New episodes of the series premiered in the Kids WB slot on the WB. However, the new network was dissatisfied with the show's performance and slowly dropped off their orders for more episodes, eventually ending the series. Number 1, Spielberg turned down several of the supporting characters. Spielberg shaped Animaniacs. Steven Spielberg approved the variety show characters. He kept the best characters and left the rest. He rejected Bossy Beaver, a workaholic beaver striving to create the best damn ever after his sidekick Doyle ruined his plans. Spielberg considered it too Pinky and the Brain-like. Nipsey and Russell, two nighttime conmen raccoons, were another proposal Spielberg rejected because the show already had enough comedic duos. One such failed proposal was a melodramatic soap opera about single-celled organisms called As the Petri Dish Turns. Those are the 10 dark secrets behind the making of Animaniacs. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, make sure to subscribe to us for more videos and tap the bell icon to get notified with every new video from us. See you in the next video.